Hi, everybody. Are you a childcare provider struggling with making time for your admin work, or do you happen to be looking for a system that could benefit you for your payment methods or reporting needs? Today, we're going to be speaking with our guest speaker, who will be covering these aspects and more as she chats with us about her successes with using the Alliance Core system. Hi, everybody. This is Monona Boris here. If you are new, welcome to our weekly What's Up Wednesday interview session. I am very excited to chat with Sue Carr, who's the director at Monona Grove Nursery School out in Wisconsin. She's part of WECA, and she'll be covering a lot of those topics that I discussed. So thank you so much, Sue, for joining, and welcome.
Thanks. Hi, Milena. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks. So just to get started here a little bit, tell us about your early childcare experience and your role in business there at Monona Grove.
So Monona Grove Nursery School is 63 years old. It's a parent co-op. And I joined as a parent with my youngest kid when he was 3, and then joined the board. And then when my son went to kindergarten, I became a teacher. And about 8 years later, I became the director of the school and am still a teacher at the school.
Wow, 60 some years. That's impressive.
I know. Amazing. It really is. We had a big 60th birthday party about 2 years ago.
That's awesome. Congrats. Yeah. That's amazing.
It is. We have like grandchildren now of people who, crazy.
That's incredible. Big family there.
Yeah, right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about how you got started with the Elvis Alliance Core, if you used a system before that, and kind of just overall successes with that at your center.
Never have used a system before. We've been paper always.
Wow.
Even down to just people being able to write checks and no other way to pay. And I was connected with the wonderful Chanel at WECA and the wonderful Paula at WECA. And they came in to help me with anything I needed help with. And I said, well, paperwork. And they said, wow, we have a solution for you. And I was very hesitant because, there's always a learning curve, all that stuff. But I feel very grateful that I did it. That was probably in January or February of last year that they first mentioned it to me.
Okay.
And it has been so easy. And it's amazing to me that I do not have drawers and drawers of people's forms at my desk, either the staff or the kids. So it was a great thing. And they are just spectacular people.
Well, they're wonderful.
WECA. Yeah. And who just help early childhood people all over. They've helped me with so much stuff, but this was the biggest for sure.
Kind of a one-stop shop, but yeah, we're happy to be kind of networking with them and growing in that way too. So yeah, congrats. Yeah. You hadn't used a system for however many years prior. Wow.
I know. Paper, all color-coded, all, but yeah.
Well, it had to have been incredibly organized, but yeah, that's a transition.
Well, I hope so.
So one of the pieces that you've been using is the dynamic reporting feature. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
It's actually not a super popular feature because it's kind of the BuildABear feature. Like a lot of people don't even know that it's there. So that's awesome.
Right.
That's one piece that you're using.
Yes. I have not used it a ton, but I have that set up a couple, and I went through the training with my fantastic trainer, Ava, out there.
Amazing. Yes.
She's amazing. I mean, she's so great. And I kept asking her for, is there a way to do this? Is there a way to do that? And she said, can we just teach you how to set up your own reports? And I was like, yeah, definitely.
Right.
So I haven't done as much with it as I would like to, but I am looking forward to just, and now I know kind of like, oh, if I want to do this,
yeah.
It's very easy to really like just click and drag what you want into
into that middle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, when she was showing me, I was like, okay, amazing. So yeah, that's been great. And I look forward to using it a lot more, Yeah,
that's perfect. And obviously if you have any questions, she's happy to sit down with you, kind of that one-on-one as much as you need it or as little as you need to.
Right. So she has been fantastic.
That's what we like to hear. That's great. So your families, are they usually using most of the billing module for electronic payments, or using it for kind of just upkeep for payments?
They are using it. They're using it a lot more than I thought they would.
Okay.
We have talked for, probably 10 years about the fact that people still have to write checks. And, some of our younger families are like, what's a check? So when I rolled it out and said, here's how you do it. And Ava very nicely made me a little, like sheet about how to, for parents about how to log in and do it.
Yep.
They love it. They absolutely love it. And most of them have set it up to be automatic, and it just comes on their credit card, and the reports come to me, and they're really easy to read. And yeah, it's been great. So I was surprised at how many people wanted to do it, but they have all really jumped on board. I think I get maybe 1 or 2 checks a month now.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. So it's great.
They can access quite a bit of that from the parent portal too, and change any and all information pretty much on their own end. Yeah, that takes a load off your back too.
It is. I mean, just to look at it and to see all the stuff that we used to have to like go through, bit by bit to make sure they had filled it all in,
Yeah.
And you guys just like don't let them leave if they haven't filled something in. So that's great.
Like on the law form. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the virtual teachings you've been doing and your successes with those.
Well, so we went 100% virtual in March, and we thought for sure that we would be back at school, of course, this year. But we have a 4K program through the Madison School District, and so we follow their lead on what we need to do and how we need to do it. And so we have not been back to school yet. But we have a staff of 8 women who are either part-time or full-time, and we have all just adapted to teaching preschool online. So I have a class of 8 3-year-olds with my teaching partner, and we do Zoom twice a week, and we do a lesson plan with a bunch of activities for the families to do, and we do drop-off bags with material, fun stuff to do, and Play-Doh and paint and all the stuff. And up until this latest order, we were meeting our kids on the playground outside twice a week, but we've determined now that we need to stay at home. So we're not doing that right now, but we will be back to that. It's been such a unique experience with 8 3-year-olds on Zoom with 2 teachers trying to, keep them all engaged and singing and dancing. And, I tell my daughter who lives here, like, do not come near me because you cannot watch me sing and dance in front of my computer by myself.
The things yeah.
It's what you have to do.
Yeah. So other than that, has your role and your teachers' roles changed since COVID has started? Obviously, you're wearing kind of several hats all at once now since that, but has anything specific changed with your roles?
Well, I think everyone has had to get more, up to speed on running a Zoom meeting and recording themselves reading books and uploading to our YouTube channel and all of the things that, normally a little preschool that's part day doesn't really have to do. We're not very techo.
Not a priority. Yeah.
So everyone has kind of jumped on board. I feel like we've also kind of shared a lot of stuff with each other and said, we do a lot of like, I did this song and it worked great. I did this song and it was horrible. What kind of stuff can we send home? What kind of stuff can we do for science? So there's been a lot of that kind of stuff. We do that a lot anyway at school, but it's different when we're all at home and we're
kind of got to share experiences and grow from each other. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And that's what what else can we do? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we all really miss each other. It's a very tight group of people, and we miss the kids so much, but we'll get through it and then we'll get back.
Day by day. Yep. Take it one
day. And when we get there, we won't have any paperwork. It'll be lovely.
So kind of piggybacking off of that, what advice would you give to an early childcare professional right now that maybe hasn't made that switch to the digital system to save time and things like that, like you have?
Well, I feel like I did spend some time before I went with ELV to looking at other kind of bigger systems that were made for maybe bigger places or more complicated places. And I was always like, oh, this is just too much. And I was really concerned about my, dumping yet another thing on my staff, because they had to upload all of their stuff into their file. They had to be able to access the reports for their own classes. They had to be able to do all that stuff. Right. But it was so user-friendly. And so, even when I would ask Ava something that was beyond her, she would say, okay, let me talk to the tech guy, I spent some time on the phone with him and he was great. And, you can send in a little request, like a little, ticket, and they get right back to you. So it is a little bit scary to let go of that paper when
It's
you've
so different.
been
Yeah.
trained, to have a file folder on every kid and a file folder on every teacher.
Right.
But it is all there.
Yeah.
And I would just say, take the leap, because it is so great to be able
especially
to.
now with everything being virtual, we have lots of virtual licensing visits happening. So
Yes.
we're kind of sunk if their documents aren't on a cloud-based system.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can do this obviously I'm in my dining room right now,
Right.
but I can be at school. I can be anywhere and log in and look something up.
With internet access. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So it's so easy. And my teachers have found it so easy. So I would say everyone should, at least try it out. Have that initial meeting with Ava and,
Sure.
Just do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you touched your parents liking the billing module just for that payment option. Are they just enjoying most of core, or just bits and pieces of it here and there?
I think that they did enjoy. We were using the paper forms for Wisconsin that, they would have to fill out each one completely. So they were writing their name, their address, their telephone number, their kid's birthday over and over and over, So I think that part has been really helpful. I started with a little group of like my board members and people who have been around the school a little bit. And I said, okay, register your kid and tell me, how it went. And they all were like, oh my gosh, that took like 10 minutes,
Right.
that I went in and I was like, wow, everything I need to know is there. It's not perfect. It's not perfect for sure. And it definitely is built for Colorado,
True.
So we have to adapt, but every adaptation that I have suggested, they found a way to do, and it works really well for us.
That's good. Perfect.
So I think the parents really like it.
Okay.
I was just going to add one more thing.
Yeah,
if you don't mind. The other thing that we were looking for was an emergency text situation in case something happened at the school. And we didn't have a system for that. We didn't have a system to say to everybody, hey, our school had a gas leak, or our school, whatever, and we're across the street. And so that was something that I wanted to make sure that we had. And it's so easy to use.
Yeah, that text is just quick, whatever you need.
Yes, you can text the kids who are there, the kids who are not there, a certain class, a certain, So even this year, while we've been virtual and we've had to cancel some of our playground times because of rain or whatever, we just can do it, half an hour before, and everyone gets the text on their phone. And it's, because again, like, I'm old, I'm an email person, but our young parents, they don't check their email like I do.
That text feature is crucial, especially now. Yeah,
it is. It's really great. And it was, it was starting to be a requirement for us for the state. And I was like, I don't know how to figure out how to do this that's efficient. And it just worked. They put in all their cell phone numbers and boom.
Yep.
So that was another great feature for us, and a very important one.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially right now with things changing nearly by the day. So
yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else ELD can be doing for you, and as well as our other providers, to be more of support right now and overall that you can think of?
I don't think so. The only thing that I have mentioned to them is that there is a lot of stuff on the main site that is Colorado related.
Sure.
And so that if it could be more
diverse in that way.
Yeah, or just have the ability to like take things out that don't apply to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Because sometimes people say, like, wait, what's this? And I'm like, ignore that. Ignore that.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming they're going to get there eventually, but, customizable for various states would be great. But at the same time, when I've asked for, reports or something that are my stuff, they're easy to do.
Yeah.
And so it's not so terrible, but in the beginning, it was a lot of me telling people that didn't apply to them, or that didn't apply to them.
Sure, ignore that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As time goes on, that's definitely on our list as we nationally expand to, I don't even know, 6 or 7 states now other than Colorado.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. I promise.
Yeah, no, I totally believe it. Just the suggestions I've made already. And they're like, oh yeah, I can do that right now. I'll tell you when I'm done. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. It really is. So that's really the only thing. The only other thing that was mentioned to me last night was incorporating an application process.
Okay.
Which would be interesting to see, like that would be the way people would apply to our school,
Did you use the online enrollment applications that we have through Core?
I have not seen them, I don't think.
Okay, because that would
maybe,
I think you have. But
okay.
I'll follow up with you on that too.
Okay, that would be fine. I mean, I
sends out an email to the families with a 3-page enrollment application link, and then the families basically put all of that data entry for parents, medical authorizations, all kinds of things.
Okay, that we do, but I'm talking about like if you want to apply to the school, and I don't know who you are.
Oh, okay. So if you have a website, you can actually link that application to a button, and they can request an online enrollment invite be sent to you. Is that?
Oh,
yeah. Okay, I'll follow up with you on that.
Perfect. See, you solved it right here now.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. Well, I'll give you the last little bit here. Just I don't want to take up too much of your time. Just to share any and overall feedback or updates on your behalf for the ELV network watching here today.
I love them all. I love them all. I love Ava. Obviously, I've said that 10 times. I love the tech guys, everything. Ava had to convince me to do online payments. I wasn't going to do it.
Gotcha.
And she was like, oh, just try it. And, it's been so great, especially in COVID, right? The money lands in our account and I don't have to drive to the bank with a stack of checks, which is what I was doing. So I could not be happier. And I just think that it's such a great system, and it's so flexible and so fluid that it works even for us. And we're little and tiny and, don't do meals and don't do sleep and don't do a lot of the things, but it works for us.
Perfect. So. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sue. I appreciate your time today, and I hope you have a good one. See ya.
Thanks. Nice to see you.
Bye.
Bye.